An elected board member must assume office without prejudice or preconceptions of any nature. You were elected or appointed, not necessarily anointed. He must have no dictatorial notions about Roseland Community Service District. He dare not pose nor act as a representative or spokesman of any group, sect, or class of people. He must be conciliatory, always remembering that legislation and policy are general managers of mutual concession without sacrifice of your moral or ethical principles. He brings unique knowledge gained from education, interaction with people, as a policeman, the books he has read, experience of his life, and lessons learned from failure and lessons learned from success. All board decisions will not be unanimous, regardless of the time spent on discussion. Let me read that one more time. All board decisions will not be unanimous, regardless of the time spent on discussion. But regardless of how a director's vote, when the action is taken, they must be supporting. Until such time as the majority vote, the action may be amended or reconsidered due to additional information. Again, I think that was something that he said right after the election of either himself or maybe other board members. Anyone else out there that would like to make a public comment? All right, moving on to voluntary roll call. Anyone on the phone that wishes to let us know that you're out there?
Yes, hi Byron. This is John Joyce reporting for the Roseman News, online and in print.
Good evening, John.
Hi.
I hear your voice at AVAC meetings and I hear your voice at our meetings. I need to see your face sometime, fella.
Well, you will.
All right. Have a good evening, John.
Thank you.
Consent calendar. I have a motion for CC1. Check vouchers. So moved. Second. Motion by Director Stewart, second by Director Webb. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. CC1 approved. Minutes. M1. Motion to approve the minutes for the regular board meeting of June 14th. Motion approved. Second. Motion, Director Webb. Second, Director Washington. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Unfinished business, UB1. The compliance task order. General Manager.
Thank you, Mr. President. This was brought, this task order and master services agreement for fisher compliance for the sanitary sewer monitoring plan was brought to the board on May 10th. Unfortunately, we did not specify in the action that all the optional tasks were included and approved, so this is just confirming that all the optional tasks have been approved.
Any questions? Can I have a motion for UB1? Motion, Director Washington. The second, Director Stewart. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Kim, have we received the final draft for that yet?
Not the final draft.
NB1, Resolution 2023-10, modifying policy 3042, employment outside contractors. Director, General Manager Kim Domingo.
Thank you, Mr. President. Actually, this is a resolution that modifies that policy and then adopts policy 3046, which is the informal bid procedures. This is all related to the California Uniform Public Construction Cost Accounting. Act procedures, which the board adopted on May 10th. One of the gives the staff additional flexibility in the contracting amounts. We have to meet certain criteria in our accounting, which we do. So one of the steps we needed to take was adopt informal bid procedures, and that is in your packet. In general, what it is anything that's over $60,000 and under $200,000 can be done, procured by an informal process, which is actually sending your bid packages to plan rooms, specified plan rooms, and you don't have to do a full advertisement. So anything over $200,000 does have to go to a full advertisement. Anything under $60,000 and under does not have to go to bid. So that's basically the policy.
It allows us more flexibility to use our own staff, and it actually saves us money.
Yes, and that under 60,000 is actually that case where you can use your own staff.
Any questions?
And these parameters, these levels are not dictated by us. They're
dictated by the state. This is for to shorten the term CUPCA. This is the CUPCA guidelines and procedures, and those limits get increased over time based on the CPI. They were the last time they were increased was about 5 years ago.
Any other questions? All right. I have a motion to approve Resolution 2023-10. Motion, Director Stewart. Second. Second, Director Webb. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. NB2. Approved non-profit activity on the district property, a Red Cross blood drive on August 3rd.
So, Mr. President and Board, here is our first nonprofit activity after the adoption of your nonprofit activity on district property policy. That is a blood drive to be conducted on August 3rd. And with your part of the policy is that all these requests come to you to approve. So with your approval, we will schedule that blood drive officially starting tomorrow.
Great. Are we going to try to set up a regular, because you can give blood every 8 weeks, and I go into Lancaster to Quartz Hill now to do that because they do it every 8 weeks at that facility. I think it would be wise if we would encourage them to 8 weeks from this date. And gradually, if you do that, after a while, you get a regular clientele that comes to get blood.
So we've had some discussions on cadence as to when how often we could do these. There's some limitations in that they have a staff that's a mobile staff, and they have to check availabilities, and there actually is quite a bit of activity. I mean, they go all the way into Santa Clarita and to, I mean, they're not
same ones I go to at Quartz Hill.
Yes. Yeah. So we have had that discussion with them. I don't know if we can get that cadence, but we certainly, I think the next one they were talking about was actually more towards the holidays.
Yeah, it's not every 8 weeks, every 16 weeks, so every other year.
Yes.
Every other
time.
Yeah. Yeah, talk to them and see if they're open to that.
Absolutely.
And it takes a while to build up, people that are come but it'd be good if we could have it as a regular fixture here at the, every 8 weeks or 10 weeks, something like that.
Will do.
All right. May I have a motion to approve NB2?
I'll make the motion.
Director Wallace makes the motion. Second, Director Washington. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. That one that's been added to the agenda, NB3.
I'll restate it for you. The letter of intent to participate in the Kern County multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation planning. Mouthful. This is an update to a plan, a local mitigation plan that the district has participated in since 2005. There is a commitment of staff time that's going to need to happen to help develop this plan. The county actually, in their application to Cal OES, the Office of Emergency Services, for a grant to actually develop this plan, they needed letters showing the evidence that they're going to have firm cooperation from all the other agencies. And so they needed it by a certain date, and I didn't find out about it until this week. So that's the reason why I didn't make it into the agenda. But the recommendation is to approve. It's an update. It shouldn't take very much staff time, but we do have some commitments that we're going to have to do in order to participate.
If we ever want to get a FEMA grant of any kind, this is one of the boxes
I believe so, yeah.
need to check.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Any questions? All right, may I have a motion for NB3? Motion, Director Stewart, second. Second, Director Webb. All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion NB3 carried. Presentation, Water Reclamation Plant Project update. We're ready for Raya.
That's all good. Out wastewater treatment plant, the plant is starting to come to a close. On site this week was Arson. They are the blower manufacturer. They were on site today and tomorrow. They were pulled out, removed all the damaged parts of one of the blowers, and tomorrow they will be installing all the new parts and going through testing and operational running of the repair blowers. And hopefully after that we will be smooth sailing. We do believe that any of the issues that caused the blowers to fail have been addressed. The initial blower that was damaged initially due to heat, and that problem has been rectified. We believe that the reason the second blower failed was from the initial damage caused by the heat, and we did not see it fail for some time after. So we do not anticipate or foresee any more issues on that front. Pacific Hydrotech was also on site today. They are finishing all the little touch-ups and add-ins and punch list items, if you will, that need to be tied up, bringing the project in a whole to close. Mr. Benito stated there is one other large item pressing that either missed in the early days or that there was confusion about that we will still have to address. That is currently being worked on to finalize the project plan and have that finished hopefully here shortly. So with that, the plant is operating well. The project is coming to a close. I know I've been saying that for a long time. And for a long time, I haven't seen the light at the end of the tunnel. The light is now in. We are there, and we are going to be closing and wrapping up very soon. As far as there are any questions on construction or update of
Is the guarantee on those blowers start over at this point?
yes. The original blower that was repaired in 2022, the warranty on that began when the repair was made. For this new blower that is currently being repaired now, it is our understanding of the district that the warranty period starts now.
I have that shovel at home, a silver shovel that I got a while back. My thought is we ought to get all of our silver shovels, take them out there and bury them when Finished.
I remember you guys did those. Those were pretty nice.
Yeah. What do I do with that silver shovel?
Hang it up on the wall.
Any questions for Ryan?
Mine's directed to Kim. Once the plant's operational, and is Ryan still going to be coming giving us updates from time to time on how it's going, or what's the plan with that?
The plan is actually, we can certainly have Mr. Becker come back and give you periodic updates, or he can provide them to me. That way he can spend more time with his family, and if that works for you guys, that'll work for me. Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's good to update you on the wastewater plant operation because it's important.
I think if we have a tour speaking.
A tour?
Yeah.
Actually, that'd be great. We could set up a tour if it's maybe on or around the same time that the Act is doing kind of the final. Yeah, we can do a tour.
Good, I'd like to see it.
Okay.
And I'll work with Kevin moving forward. As he said, either provide him updates, or when I have special things, I'll put together a presentation for you. I'll come in and do it for you guys. I did have one other thing that was a little different tonight. And it's kind of a thank you, if you will. So, as you know, December 1st, 2023, the newly built Roseman Water Reclamation Treatment Plant came online and started producing the quality byproduct. If you saw the news article in a prominent statewide water conservation magazine that came out less than a month ago, it labeled Roseman, along with two other huge municipalities, as, and I quote, the leading and cutting edge of water conservation. They are revolutionizing water reclamation for generations to come. That was pretty amazing. That was pretty special to me for two different reasons. One, we were standing next to very large municipalities that would never include our name alongside them. And we now stand next to them as a leading cutting edge in water reclamation. It also made me feel proud to be part of it. So I thank you guys. But what our water circulation actually really does, is help keep the cost of our customers' water bills down. This is accomplished by the percolation of treated water. Roseland's residents receive their water from groundwater wells. We do not receive surface water from treated plants, nor do we treat our own surface water. With adjudication that came into effect, the state limited what we could call from our wells. This caused a shortage for Roseland Community Service District and providing water to their customers. This means that we would have to purchase water from other entities and sell it to our customers at roughly triple the price of what we can pump our own water from our own wells for. Thus, this would cause an increase in the bill to our customers. This district, through its vision, found a way around that. Every drop of water that we percolate into the ground provides us the ability to pump more water from our wells and not have to purchase water. The offset of this treatment plant helps stop the purchase of water and providing a huge savings for our customers. More to the point, from January 1st until June 26th, Roseland has percolated 563 acre-feet of clean treated effluent. That puts our projected total capital of percolation at roughly 1,126 acre-feet. Now, I actually anticipate we'll have more than that. The later months of our years are usually our wetter years. Not wetter than rain, but wetter than what we receive to our plants. So as I went back and looked through this, typically the first few months, we do bring in less influence to our plant. Okay, so I do anticipate it to be more. But even at the 1,126 acre-feet, even so, at that, with a 10% storage fee, this equates to 1,014 acre-feet. If Roseland had to purchase that water at the average cost of $481 through $550 That would cause Roseman is generating a revenue or is saving roughly $500,000 a year. If you would have to buy that water, it would cost you over $1 million or $500,000 to purchase it. A product that is deemed unused. The product that we use to do this is deemed unused. There is no real use for it. No one has found a viable use. Roseman's vision accomplished this. We are taking a product that is unusable, and we found a way to not only use it, but to save this community money with this product. So this board, our GMs, anyone that has their hands in this should be proud, just as I am. And I thank you for allowing me to be part of it. As our jobs, we hope to find something that makes a difference somehow. And I hope in some small way this will be a way for me to make a difference, to ensure at least for this community and if other municipalities can join in our effort, we will never have to experience a water shortage coming for our kids or anyone else. So thank you everybody for what you did. Thank you for your vision. Thank you for letting me be part of it. And I just appreciate it.
Excellent summary. Well said.
We have a question. During the extreme summer months, do you anticipate much evaporation from your percolation ponds?
We do. However, the agreement that we have with Water Master is an agreement of 10%.
Evaporation and percolation loss assumption, or evaporation loss assumption of 10% over the year, on average. So you get more in the summertime and you get less in the wintertime, and average is about 10%.
So even if it happens to be more than 10%, we're okay. Yeah, the Water Master is our loss of 10%.
Great. Any questions for Ryan? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Director's reports, comments, or future agenda items. Director Washington.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to reach out to the Roseman High School 2023 class. Interested in jumpstarting a career working in water? The Department of Water Resources apprenticeship program just opened exams for utility, crafts worker, electrician, mechanic, and operator apprenticeships at DWR facilities across California. Participants will learn essential skills, gain on-the-job experience, make connections with experts in the field, and receive a certificate and full-time journey-level position with DWR once they complete the program. These exams are opened up until July 17th, so, college isn't for everyone. I remember 28 years I started my water career. 17 years later, I became a manager, and now I'm retired. It's a great opportunity to get in an apprenticeship program, learn from the journeyman level workers, and build a career. That's all I have.
Thank you. Director Paul Schwab? No, not anything. Director Stewart?
We'll probably talk a little bit on ABEC, but the one thing that caught my eye last night was they talked about a water leak they had on their 36-inch line off of 110th, I think it was, out there in the boondocks, and it feeds their treatment plant that's located up on Bellsite. And I know it was a joke by one of the directors, but the joke was, do you think it's leaking because Roseman isn't buying any water from us? That made me laugh. So, that's all I have.
I'll tag into his comment. It was a snicker.
Yeah.
Actually, not a laugh, but a snicker. And he looked at me when he said that. There's nobody in the audience. There's three of us there. So they tell us that we cannot count on them for water. So we're not It's that simple.
Were there any discussion about runoff? I know it's an incredible amount of runoff we're experiencing now. I also out there were some cautions at the Kern River.
They talked about the runoff they use here right now. We're going those kind of runoffs.
The water's fixing to come over the dam it is about. They say it's going to go over in a couple of weeks.
But they expect the I-22 to almost continue this kind of flow right on into next year.
They raised it 50, maybe 100% again next year. So.
And the water master is raising the rate, and it's based on AVAC's water study. So the water master is raising the rate they charge for water that you have to buy back. What's it called? I'm drawing a blank. Anyway, but it's based on AVAC's rates that they just approved. Director Webb.
Thank you. Ryan, this goes back to the comments you made about the plant. And I think from the time you started, we've had three different boards come in and out on it. And I think the important thing we have to remember, and we all remember that not every board agreed with everyone about everything, but it goes back to something that Ryan said in this presentation. Get along and get it right for the whole, not the individual. So we've gone from 3 boards, 2 general managers, or whatever, but we have to save our system. And I remember when Greg Washington, the city for Red, the prior GM, were out on the circuits talking about what we had. So it's obvious that the little train could, and we did. I think now I would ask you to write up your entire staff so they can be recognized. You're talking about a team effort. That was a team effort as a whole, getting that done. And we didn't see finish line. And Ryan said it may be getting close, but I think the fact that we could be mentioned with those business municipalities, they probably think more for their lunch menu. We think our whole budget, but I think it shows that when you have something good, everyone takes credit for it. It's worth it. So thank you for that there. But I think the board members realize collectively as a group, you don't have to get along with each other to get it right for everybody. Thank you.
I have a question. Yes. Steve Perez, what are we going to do about that being working on the convention? Have you heard anything yet, or presentation?
Right. So we're planning on doing a Zoom as well. So we'll have the here, and those that are not present will get a Zoom invitation. You can join on your laptop.
Maybe I.
So we have. Hopefully you can join in.
I took mine.
School is out. Children and young people are in the community. Our streets and our freeway have cautions all over them. So be more aware and more observant than usual in the next few months and during the summer to keep yourself safe and keep others safe. It's amazing how when people get slowed down, how they try to make up for that in between. So be cautious. General Counsel, any word for John's not here? Who is the?
His name is Alex.
Yeah, Alex. Are you out there and you got anything for us tonight?
Yes, sir. I'm here. Nothing to report. Thank you all for letting me attend today, though, in place of John. I hear he's having a nice vacation right now. Much deserved.
Good deal.
Thank you, sir. General Manager update, Kim Domingo.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to piggyback. Actually, I'm going to defer a little bit of the credit and the praise that's being given to all of us. The wastewater plant and the vision all happened way before I got here. So we're just trying to land the plane at this point. And so I just want to applaud all of you and past board members, Ryan and his staff, for sticking it out and dealing with the incredible inconvenience that is construction. because it is. It's very inconvenient. Whether you're doing a home improvement project or you're doing a major wastewater plant expansion or upgrade, it's not fun. It can be not fun. And I know for Ryan, he was frustrated a lot of times, and I've just appreciated kind of his input and appreciated the support that he's given me in trying to take over that, trying to get this contractor done and get it completed. But all the praise and accolades really go to you guys, because you guys saw that vision, and now you're already starting to reap the rewards. So I wanted to make sure that I said that before anything else. But to go on with my report, for the Diamond Street property, I don't have an update yet. For 20th Street property, we did meet with a potential renter, and some information was exchanged, so I'll bring some more details back if that comes to fruition. We talked a little bit about the water line at Tropical Middle School. We helped the design engineer apply for an alternate means of construction to meet the crossing conflicts that we were having out there. So we'll see if it gets approved. And then lastly, I'm going to be gone next week. I'll be on vacation, so I can still be reached via email. I'll be checking from time to time, so if something urgent comes up, staff knows that they can get a hold of me. That's all I have.
Okay, sir. You gonna bring up souvenirs?
Yeah.
No souvenirs, no vacation.
Okay.
My wife likes chocolate.
All right.
Kim, have you heard any word from Public Works in terms of rescheduling the work they were going to do on Rosamond Boulevard and the pre-work you guys had to do in order for them to get in and do their thing?
Yeah, so what you're seeing right now is actually a different project. It's not the same project. This one's a safe routes, basically a safe routes project. I've been told that it won't happen until spring of 2024. Yeah.
No, that was watching.
Yep.
I got a question. I noticed they're drilling a well out there off the Sierra Highway, and they drilled one spot and they moved down further and drilled another one. You haven't seen that?
No, I haven't. Yeah.
It's right there at Don Road, where Don Road is. Oh, hits Sierra Highway.
I am aware of that.
Oh, yeah?
I am aware of it.
What is it? Or is it a secret?
It's geological exploration. That's all I can probably disclose right now. But yeah, I've been told that it's supposed to be under wraps. It's not us.
They're checking for earthquakes?
Yeah, something like that.
I see they moved the sign to the opposite corner.
Yeah, so you're talking about the sign over here? Sign over, yeah, over here? Yeah. Yeah, we gave an ultimatum. Either they move the sign or we were going to take it down for them.
I have two questions about real estate. You know what I mean? The first one, you said the 20th is rental. Diamond Street, we're just going to let that was like kind of level it. That's the plan, right? To level it.
Yeah, because I haven't gone and gotten the appraisals yet, and inherently I can share the hazmat study with you all, but everything's there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all over the place. So to mitigate and encapsulate all that stuff, you can do it. That's the mitigation measures to encapsulate it, but to remove it and try to restore structure.
That's one of the concerns. And this goes back to fires, the homeless people, whatnot, or whatever. We've been fortunate that no one's taken up housing things in here, whatever.
Right.
And if we can get it taken down sooner rather than later,
Yep.
I think that's a safer option that we move forward, because I've seen more and more with these people, they have to evict the guy out of a property he's got a right to in L.A. We moved in there and stayed have other homeless people staying there, and the county is going through an eviction process on the piece of property that I didn't have a right to. The LA County, I know they do things a little bit differently, but I would support and encourage if we can just take it down and get it done sooner than later, because that keeps one of the tenants we have to worry about.
And actually, since you just enacted or completely enacted the CUPCA policy, we can probably get that done fairly quickly. So I will agendize an item for you.
I'm looking at the same.
Either this sometime in July. I'll get some for you.
Okay, thank you. Now, one other question, and I know we haven't had to experience this yet. It came up real big about the Shella property. We have to offer to a nonprofit first.
Right.
Does that still have legs, or that kind of?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so that's still.
Yes, but we can demolish if that's the board's direction. We can demolish that property, and it's not affected.
Okay.
That isn't affected.
Okay, cool, good, thank you.
All right. Director of Administration.
Thank you, Mr. President. So last month I reported we had 213 customers that were mailed a notice of shut-off. This month it dropped dramatically to 102 notices. So I think our customers are taking note, they're paying attention, that we are paying attention, and charging the penalties when appropriate, and minding our accounts receivable. So last month, again, we sent out 159 door hangers. So out of the 102 shut-off notices that were mailed, by the time we sent our door hangers out, we were down to 57. So that's it's encouraging that people are looking at paying their bills. We haven't opened any other payment arrangements. We had 56 customers that took advantage of the payment arrangements. We've received one additional low-income, the rebate program payment in the amount of $847. And our receivables, the receivables that were greater than 120 days, we've reduced them by about $20,000. We've collected about $20,000 since March.
Now, the Kern County program that you said that we were getting, or they were applying for, that's going to run out at some point, correct?
Yeah, it's first come, first served.
Okay.
From what I'm told, they still have funds available. It takes, by the time a customer applies and we get the funds, it takes about 90 days.
But we're making them aware that that's available?
Yes.
Okay. And that's probably helping with some of your totals?
Only two.
Okay.
We've only received two. So we may receive more, but the folks that have taken advantage of the payment arrangements have some very hefty bills.
Yes.
So they can still take advantage if they qualify, because it's income-based qualification for that program.
Okay, that's good, though. Because remember, when this first came up, you were dragging this date.
Yes.
It seemed like it's kind of smoothed itself out.
Yeah, the process has gone well. The staff is working very well with the customers, and the customers are calling in. So
Good to everybody.
The outreach has really made a difference, and thanks to the X as well for their assistance on that.
It's going good because of you.
Oh, I thank you, but it's a team effort. Definitely a team effort.
Thank you. We're moving in the right direction. We may be actually better off now than we were 3 or 4 years ago as far as delinquencies. I don't know. I imagine we're getting pretty close to the traditional delinquency level.
Well, I would like to see it where we have minimal shut-offs. I don't like to see people like have their water shut off.
When they put a door hanger on your door, how many days do you have before they turn the water off?
10 business days.
10 business.
They're well
I
notified.
don't know if they put one on my door.
I just call these people.
How many days after the door hanger? Shut it off? 10 days.
10 business days.
10 days.
All right, any questions?
Yeah.
Now, SD 998 played a lot in that role, and we do the shut-offs, the door hangers, as an abundance of care for the customers, because we're not required to do that. But we had not had shut-offs in such a long period of time due to the COVID situation. We felt it was best to let those customers know. And it does get their attention. They're used to seeing that, take notice, and they're going to react to it.
When does the penalty come in play?
The penalty's charged on the 20th of every month.
And then the payment's due in?
The payments are past due as of the 19th. So residential are due, everything is due upon receipt. And then residential is due by the 9th, commercial are due by the 19th. Residential gets a grace period. But if the payment is not made by the 19th, then on the 20th, the 10% late penalty is assessed
10% of the amount due.
of the current bill.
Yeah.
That's story.
Oh, that's
Correct,
true,
yes.
that's true.
So what Tom was referring to was that we will not do a shut off. We don't send a shut off on
Friday?
Thursday.
On Thursday.
Yeah, my target is Tuesday, Tuesday, Wednesday if I can't help it, but never on a Thursday.
Yeah, we had people across the street coming over to church to get water.
All right. Stuff for the weekend. Public Works update, John House.
Mr. Houghton is out of the office taking care of his father. So I believe you all received the Public Works field operations report. Are there any questions?
I like the pictures. Pictures. I like the pictures.
Yeah.
A lot, don't they?
They do feel like
Yes, they do. They do.
Yeah, they've done a great job of kind of being better at communicating what they do.
And the quality of the pictures is good too.
That was a pretty good,
One's the sewer line, and one's the
pretty good shot. That got line repair.
Yeah, no, they're getting good. All right. Before we adjourn, any questions or comments for the good of the cause? If not, I have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Director Webb, second by Director Washington. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. We adjourned at 6:45.
Sir, were your numbers 500?